Hey guys, John here from Sonic Drive Studio. I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this quick little dual new guitar day video. I got some cool new guitars recently, so I thought I'd make a little video on it. So I'm an ESP LTD fan. I have a bunch of them. I think these guitars are awesome, and I especially love the Phoenix models. They're just so awesome looking to me, and they are so unique as well, and I think that they also have some great features. I love the wood choices, the construction with the neck-through design, the 25.5-inch skill, which is great for lower tunings and stuff like that. But I also especially love the single pickup models. I'm just a sucker for single pickup guitars. It's such a simple design, but so elegant and to the point, and I love that. My LTD NW44, for example, is a great example of that. A single pickup Eclipse, it sounds great, it looks killer, just awesome. Sometimes less is just more. So before I got these two new guitars, I basically already had 4 Phoenixes in my collection. My first one was the Deluxe 1000 model in vintage white with the Seymour Duncan pickups, just an awesome guitar. It just looks so elegant and it sounds great and it plays great as well. And then I got my first black metal one, the single pickup version, the flat black version with the Fishman Fluence modern pickup in it. And both those guitars were made in Indonesia, by the way, and the overall quality is amazing on these guitars, so killer guitars. Great build and sound quality basically, and the playability is also excellent. And my first black metal Phoenix became one of my all-time favorite guitars because it plays so damn smooth and it looks so killer to me. I did a full demo and review on both these guitars on the channel, by the way, which you can check out down here or up here if you're interested. And then later I also got one of the Phoenix Arctic metal ones, the white ones, the polar opposite of the black metal ones basically, with the single EMG pickup, the EMG 81TW, which is basically the splittable or coil splittable version of the 81. That's the first one that I got that was made in Korea with the stainless steel frets. The first two had nickel frets. A really killer guitar as well, plays and sounds great and it looks awesome and unique, but I didn't really get along with the EMG 81TW. And then around that time I also got the red Phoenix Deluxe 1000, the red one with the Fishman Fluence modern pickups in it. Also a killer guitar with a unique look, also made in Indonesia with the stainless steel frets, just an overall killer guitar, just as the other 3. Now recently I sold one of my old guitars, basically one that I just didn't use enough. It was the Ibanez 9-string, the purple one, a killer guitar, but I just wanted something else. So that freed up some budget for a new guitar and I started looking around on the internet for new guitars. And I just couldn't really find anything that excited me really, so I was like, what should I do? I want to buy a new guitar. The newly announced LTD Phoenixes do look awesome, especially the baritone 7-string. Man, I need that guitar in my life, but they are not in stock anywhere, not yet anyway. And then all of a sudden it dawned on me. Why not get one of my favorite guitars, the Phoenix Black Metal, again, and then put a different pickup in it? I thought this was a brilliant idea, to be honest. I mean, what's better than having one of your favorite guitars? 2, of course! So I bought another LTD Phoenix Black Metal and I ordered a pickup alongside it, a Seymour Duncan JB SH4 pickup, a classic pickup that I just wanted to try in this model. So here it is! So I got this a couple of weeks ago, an awesome guitar as you can see. This one is made in Korea, my old one was made in Indonesia, and this one does have the stainless steel frets, and the older ones have nickel frets. A really cool guitar, looks great, plays great, and sounds great as well. I just love these models so much. So it's the same model as the old one obviously, but it does not play and sound exactly the same. The neck feels a little bit different, the frets feel a little bit different, and the wood sounds slightly different as well. It's always interesting to try various guitars from the exact same model. It's interesting to hear and feel those subtle different nuances basically. Even though they were made in different countries, so the old one in Indonesia and this one in Korea, the build and sound quality is the same across the board basically. The stainless steel frets do tend to feel a little different around the edges basically than the nickel frets. The nickel frets are just rounded off, a bit smoother in general than the stainless steel frets. Don't get me wrong though, they feel great and very smooth, but that's just a subtle difference between the types of frets. But yeah, it's a great guitar, it feels great, and it sounds amazing as well. I just love the stealthy look of these guitars, all black. And then what I decided to do is put the Duncan JB in the old one, so my other guitar that's on the wall over there. And by the way, I am going to post a dedicated pickup comparison on the channel soon, in which you can hear all the pickups side by side, which is going to be very interesting, so stay tuned for that. And the JB did sound cool in that guitar, but in drop C, the low notes just got a little bit too muddy for my taste. So I also decided to buy a Seymour Duncan Nazgul pickup to put in that guitar, and in the end, it did turn out to be my preferred pickup in that guitar. It sounds absolutely awesome. It sounds pretty mean with a big yet tight low end, and a very punchy and present mid-range, but not too bright or harsh. So it's a great sounding pickup in that guitar. And it also looks very cool in that guitar with that sort of flat black stealthy look. And so in the newer model, I just decided to stick with the Fishman Fluence modern pickup because it's a cool sounding pickup in this guitar, especially the passive voicing. The active voicing is a little bit too tight for me sometimes, a little bit too sterile here and there. But for some amplifiers, some more loose sounding amplifiers, it's a pretty cool sound and especially great for metal. Anyway, you'll soon get to hear the Seymour Duncan JB, the Nazgul, and the Fishman Fluence modern pickups side by side in that comparison video. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, man, I love them both. They look killer, obviously. They play great and they sound great as well. Just amazing guitars and right up my alley. Anyway, I freed up a little bit more budget because of the EVH amp that failed on me and I had to send it back. I decided not to get another EVH, so that freed up some budget for another guitar. And I just really got into the idea of swapping pickups and all that stuff and getting more of my favorite guitars. So I got another LTD, this one to be precise, another ESP LTD Phoenix Arctic Metal to round off the collection. And this time I also ordered a Seymour Duncan distortion to put in one of my two Arctic Phoenixes. And then I also ordered an EMG 81, the standard one, to replace the EMG 81 TW with, because I do think, or at least I do expect, that it sounds a little bit better in this guitar. I did some reading up on that on the internet, and supposedly the regular 81 sounds a little bit more tight and more forward, and the 81 TW sounds a bit more fat and has a bit more low end going on. And I just thought that the TW basically was missing some of that tightness and forwardness and brightness, basically. And let's be honest, what a powerful quartet of guitars this is. Two flat black ones, two flat white ones, all single pickups, and all with a different pickup, passive and active. It's the four horsemen of guitars, basically. I'm so happy with these guitars. And this one is just amazing as well. Look at how this thing looks. So cool and clean. Awesome guitar. I also did a review on my first one on the channel, by the way, which you can watch up here or down here if you're interested. And that review and demo was all done with the stock EMG 81 TW pickup. Don't get me wrong, it's a cool sounding pickup, but I think that I do prefer the EMG 81 that I've put in here now. Anyway, so this one came last week. Again, made in Korea, just as my other white one and the new black one. So stainless steel frets as well. It feels great and it sounds great as well. This one has quite a thin and fast neck as opposed to the other one. So this one plays very fast. And the wood sounds great as well. Quite vibrant and bright. And they all sound a little bit different acoustically, which is cool. One sounds a little bit brighter than the other sounds a little bit deeper and stuff like that. So subtle differences. And like I said, this one has the fastest and slimmest neck of them all. So each one has a neck that feels a little bit different than the other, which is also interesting. But they all feel very comfortable to play. And again, the build quality across the board is just great on all of these guitars. So LTD is doing an outstanding job, especially considering the fact that the new ones all have stainless steel frets. Just very solid, and I must say that the fret leveling on all these guitars is very good across the board. You can get very nice and low action, so the playability is great because of that. And since my old Arctic Metal model has a little bit of a deeper sound than this one is a bit more bright and resonant basically, I decided to put the Seymour Duncan distortion in that guitar, just so that it complements the wood well, because the distortion supposedly is a very bright and forward sounding pickup. And I must say that it does sound delicious, very crunchy and chunky indeed, as you'll hear in the comparison later this week. And I took the EMG 81 TW out of this one and replaced it with the EMG 81, the regular old 81, with the solderless system, by the way, which was interesting. Quite easy to install, by the way. And I must say that the regular EMG 81 does sound a little bit better to me, to be honest. The TW is a bit thicker sounding with bigger lows, and this one just sounds tighter with some more cut. So for me, that's the preferred sound in this guitar all mahogany, you know, ebony fretboard. So now I have a whopping 6 LTD Phoenixes, almost all of them with different pickups in them. 2 Deluxe 1000 models, 2 Phoenix Black Metal models, and 2 Arctic Metal models. I couldn't be happier with these guitars. They are right up my alley. They are unique, but they sound great, they play great, and they look awesome as well. So if you guys are not gonna buy them, I'll just buy them all. I would honestly love one of the newer 7-string baritone Phoenix Black Metal models. Oh man, that guitar looks so killer, but they're simply not available anywhere, not yet anyway, so we'll see what happens in the future. And I gotta be honest, I don't have like an endless budget for these types of things, so we'll see what happens. What do you guys think of these Phoenix models? Definitely let me know in the comments down below. And also stay tuned for that pickup comparison very soon with the EMG 81, the 81TW, the Seymour Duncan Distortion, JB and the Nazgul, and the Fishman Fluence Modern with both voicings. That's going to be very interesting, so stay tuned for that later this week. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed my ramblings of these two new awesome guitars. If you haven't already, please drop a like and subscribe, as that really helps the channel out. I'd hugely appreciate that. You can also follow Sonic Drive Studio on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for more content. Thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you very soon. Cheers!